Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Helen Lu here from the Healing Place Energy School. Well, I tried to do my premiere YouTube little chit chat and I didn't realize how short I made it. So here I am. I want to talk to people about how to protect their respiratory health. And this will give you a chance to ask me questions if you have a reflexology question, or perhaps you have an energy medicine question. So please feel free to jump in. One of the things that I am really passionate about is helping people to find health within themselves by activating their inner healer. Everybody has an inner healer within us. Unfortunately, it a lot of times the healer within us has forgotten how to activate, especially when health is being masked by medication or surgery, and all of a sudden the body has forgotten how to heal itself. So as we start to understand who we are and how we feel, I truly sincerely believe we can activate healing. And how did I come about this? Years ago, when my young son, who was very, very ill, and he had a situation that went undiagnosed. And feel free to jump in. If there's any questions, please jump in because I really was hoping my premiere was going to be a little longer, but it ended up to be much shorter than I thought it was going to be. Uh, Hi, Alex. I get to talk to you twice this week. And anyways, the problem with my son is he had a health issue which the doctor overlooked and had absolutely no idea what to do with him. So the only thing they thought about was just medicating him. And what he had a thyroid condition, which was really rare in 7-year-old children, 8-year-old children. And along with the migraines, he also had compound migraines. And no child, absolutely no child should suffer from migraines at the age of 8. And they were so severe. They were compound. There was 1 month in December back in, I would say, in 93, 94. He only left the house 1 day that whole month of December. That's how sick he was. And he was alone in bed a lot. And I was home feeding him and taking care of him. But so I was trying to figure out how to find a reason. So I'm one of those people, I think nothing of bothering doctors. And so I would ask and ask and ask. But back then we didn't have a computer because wasn't really popular in homes at the time. And I went out of my way because I wasn't going to take a doctor's reasoning or what they thought might be going on with my son. I actively went from library to library, reading books to figure out why someone would have migraines at that age. And one of the things that I've learned when you have thyroid condition, he had hyper at the time. It because the body is so unbalanced, you never know which circuit body system is affected, and his was in the cranial in his brain because it was really in some ways overheating, and they just want to give him meds. But anyways, I did find a doctor who was absolutely fabulous, and he says I've only seen a couple children like this that have migraines along with thyroid problems, and what he did was he gave my son a motion sickness pill, and the motion sickness pill helped him to break the migraine cluster. And once we had a diagnosis of this thyroid condition, it probably took 3 years before he actually got better. And in the meantime, I would talk to anyone who was willing to listen to me and how I could help my boy. And somewhere along the way, listening to God, he started to send people to me, and lo and behold, it started off with learning how to do Reiki, and then on to reflexology, and then on to chakra balancing, and all the modalities that I have used combined helped my son. And it probably took a good almost 8 to 10 years before he solidly felt better. And he is in his mid 30s now. And I would say he has mostly good days, but he still has off days. And the thing is, I decided to take the knowledge that I've accumulated to help others, to really help others to feel good about themselves and how they can activate their inner healer. And how does one start to do that? Because when one becomes really fearful and you have a situation, doctors can't figure it out. I get those are the kind of people that see me at the Healing Place in Medfield. They've exhausted pretty much all traditional medicine and they don't know what to do and they don't want to be drugged up or have brain fog or just incapacitated because they have taken so much medication that they are wobbly. So, one of the things I've learned to help clients with is to diminish their fears because everyone is capable of quieting down their bodies to feel better, even in that quick moment. Because one thing about fear and stress, it will just hijack you to the point where your body system, you have 10 major body system, which is, let's see how good I am listening to all of them. There's the cardio, digestive, reproduction, elimination, circulation, musculoskeletal, cardio, your brains. So not bad. I read 8 out of 10. And if one body system goes down, unfortunately, the other 9 or body system is really rallying around the one that's default and is trying to help it to come back to recovery. And so Lisa D asked me, how should one massage the big toe if it is stiff and it can't bend on its own? In my case, it's the left toe. That's more of probably your shoe uh, that's going on. In fact, most people don't exercise their feet very much. So coming back to just the inner healer quickly, and then I'll answer any questions. So one of the things as I work with my son and even the clients that come to the healing place is trust your inner healer. Your body has the capability of regenerating and healing. It's just that we are so used to giving our powers away to others, we don't believe we could do it ourselves. So I have made it my mission and with such deep compassion in helping people to activate their ability to self heal through reflexology, chakra balancing, learning to understand the flow of the body, and through self care, mindfulness, and meditation. So, this is what I'm really passionate about because I never want to be in that situation that somebody, some doctor holds my life in their hands. And I think that really sucks. Oh, did I say that? Sorry. So, anyways, so coming back, just do quickly, how does one massage it if it's stiff? Well, first of all, I'm going to answer Lisa's question. If anybody else has a question, please feel free. What types of shoes do you wear? I mean, you're asking such a vague question. Did you damage it? Did you jam your foot? Did something fall on it? Is there something mechanically wrong with your toe to begin with? Because people always say, Helen, help me with this and this and this. And I said, well, as good as I am, I'm not a genie, and I can't tell you what's going on in your feet if I've never seen you. And I could probably sense if Lisa, you might be one of those people that wears those nice, cute little shoes that pushes your toes in the front of the shoebox, and then you don't have enough room. So massage, yes, you can massage and then do also traction. What does that mean? I don't wear heels, no injury, never had a problem. I wear shoes that are not tight. Uh, okay. Most people do not take care of their feet. Simple as that. I've stopped wearing heels probably close to 40 years ago. So when people come to me, I'm going to use my trusty reflexology foot model. I will put my foot up here, but it's a little bit hard to do. A lot of time during the session, I do what I call traction. The first thing you do is pull the toe, literally pull like this. You pull, and then you pull down and pull towards you. And if you could, and also wiggle, do 360 rotation one way and do 360 in the other direction. How do this with every single toe on both feet, not just do one toe and then walk away. Because usually, if you have pain, a lot of times the pain starts to resonate to the other toes, depending on what the injury is. And you might have a nerve pinch, which I do a lot of times, especially in the big toe. I notice the nerve pinch is in between, like so, right about here. So you got to be pretty forceful. You either, I use my knuckle a lot, and when I'm working on people's feet, where I am really as forcefully as you can take it, Lisa, as far as you could do, much as you do, push in, because if it's really stiff, there's a chance that there could be impingement. See, and because luckily there's no pain, since I don't know your feet, I have never seen your feet, and there's a good chance I would never see your feet. So it's a little bit difficult to help you when I have no idea. Okay, so give that a try. Rotate to the right, rotate to the left. So that'd be great. Okay. Alex Ray said, I took a reflexology class about a year ago and I haven't been practicing as much as I like. I'm getting back into it now. Do you think hand or foot reflexology is more effective, or are they equal? I am certified, the US certification, foot certification now is 300 hours. 300 hours comprised of anatomy, physiology, practice, clinical work. And in my case, I had to write a thesis. So every single school is different. There is no set standard. And then I went on and I took hand reflexology. Then I also took ear reflexology. And then on my own, I learned how to do face reflexology. Why do you choose one over the other? So depending on the health issue. So let's say the person have hip issues and leg issues. So it'd be more likely work on the feet. If somebody has a migraine headache, you're going to do the face and ear reflexology. If somebody have heart issue, respiratory issues, use the hands. And then depending on how much time you have, you can do all three or two, whichever modality that you are familiar with or comfortable with. So that's how I would suggest you do this. One thing somebody asked me, Helen, can you teach the 300-hour course on live stream? The answer is no. I could teach the physiology and anatomy. I could show you where the points are in the feet, but you have to practice. People say, well, how did the one become a really, really good at this? I cannot teach you how to touch. Touch is developed by just practicing and feeling. And if you're I'm fairly intuitive, so I have a tendency, I can hear what the feet is telling me. So that's how I do my reflexology sessions. And since I've done approximately since 2005, 2004, I've probably done I'm definitely over 10,000 sessions, because I'm really good at what I do, and I am a person of action. So if people are looking for a spa treatment, which I do not do, I consider myself a therapeutic reflexologist, and I am here to help solve problems. Okay, so I guess that's it. If there isn't any more questions, I hope to do more of these live talks, but I've worked a full day at the office seeing clients, so it's a little hard to come back home to do these talks. And not that I don't want to hang out with you, but if you give me reason and you tell me you want more subject, that's going to motivate me to do more of these live talks. So this is Helen Chinlu from the Healing Place Energy School. I'll talk to you soon, and I will Now, this angel, she's asking, what is the diet that you would urge your clients to adopt? This is the last question. I have a lot of people that come to me for their bodies are inflamed. That's what pain is usually is. So pain. What I've written articles on this on my Healing Place Medfield. I'm constantly writing and researching and creating courses. I would strongly suggest anti-inflammatory. What is that? Watch your sugars, your dairy product, any foods that can convert to sugar. So if you are a cracker person, for example, working, I have a handful of clients that's been with me for actually 15 years. They have made reflexology part of their wellness plan. So they come, and I could tell from month to month if the diet has changed. So I have a few that have what I consider a sweet tooth, and I always catch them because one thing about working with the feet, your feet never lies. You might lie, but your feet will never lie. So one of my favorite story is Anna. Anna's been with me for 15 years, and one year, and she at one point in her life she was addicted to M&Ms, any kind of M&Ms. And what made it really funny is, as I was working with her feet, and she comes monthly, I said, Anna, what did you eat last month? She didn't want to tell me. So what I did was I pressed it a little harder, and all of a sudden the confession came out. I felt like I was in church, and I'm not even a Catholic, so there's no confession in reflexology. And she said she was in a hurry to finish her Christmas candy that she collected so she could begin on her Easter candy stash. I go, Anna, wrong answer. And she would not have told me voluntarily if I didn't push on the point of her feet that triggered a jump. So this is how powerful reflexology is if you are in tune, use your intuition, and again, this will only come through practice, practice, practice. All right, so that's my thought. Anti-inflammatory, best one. If you want, my favorite diet is a diabetic diet. Be aware of the amounts that you eat. Be aware of the sugar. Okay, sugar, red meat, dairy, alcohol, and then those are the foods you eat. And if you're into leisure drugs, if you're into weed, that also causes people will say, well, it's supposed to relieve pain, but unfortunately, there isn't enough study on it. And then the people that I've seen that come to me, I'm like, oh man, it masks a lot of things that's going on in the body. So a drug is a drug is a drug. All right, I'm signing off. I'm sorry my premiere wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be, but I'll talk to you soon. And if you want me to come back on, you need to say, Helen, I would like to hear more about blank. Helen Chin Lu from the Healing Place Energy School. I'll see you in a little while. Bye bye, be well, and take care.